Hello, and welcome to Life in Runes, the weekly edition. I'm Lila, the Unique Allen. And just a quick word, the dates, in my opinion, of these readings are not necessarily relevant. If you just happen upon them sometime in what is for me the future and for you the now, and it just pops up, it could be that it is the reading you need to see for that day, for that time, for that situation. So while I do sometimes identify dates and or seasons as I'm talking, I also believe that each person who listens or sees this, since this is a general reading, will get what information, what keywords, what images they need from the time that they're seeing it, from the words that they hear, from the things that they see. So, if you're like me, it's okay to watch the reading for this week, next year, or last year, depending on where you are. Alright, so let's settle in. Make sure you have a few minutes of space and time, if that's how it works best for you. Get comfortable and blow out all of your air. Pushing with your diaphragm, making sure that all the old stale air is totally out of your body, and you end up speaking like this. And then let your body go. And allow it to inhale. Just a nice little reminder that your body works. We don't always have to think about breathing. Sometimes it's more about allowing ourselves to breathe. And speaking of, let's take a gentle inhale in through the nose, expanding the diaphragm. And exhale through the mouth, feeling everything deflate. Again, inhale through the nose, feeling the air come in to the back of the throat, go down into the lungs. Feel the body expand and innervate all the way to the fingers. And exhale, feeling everything let go and relax, even though you are actually exerting to exhale. One more time, inhale, all the way down to the toes, and exhale. Bringing your attention to this time and this place. And as your body continues to breathe, which we know it can do, let us see what information is available today. Could be a question, could be a keyword, could be advice for the current situation, for the week ahead. Alright. On the runes for today, maybe a little difficult to see on that red cloth, we have Naihwaz and we have Wunjo reversed. Naihwaz is the rune of the need fire, the rune of the end of the storm, the rune of having what you need. Now, I learned a different new interpretation over the weekend. It was also a way to purify things, a way to make things or objects or ideas sacred. It was a fire you lit when you needed something, and so you offered things into the fire so that the smoke would go up. And yes, I'm broadly interpreting what he said, so it's still different. But so you made an offering and therefore received what you needed. It is basically, in a way, the same thing. You have what you need. But there's also this taking it a step further of making what you have sacred in every aspect. Okay, so instead of the words that you say, or the clothes that you wear, or the song that you sing, or the spreadsheet that you do, instead of it only being sacred when you are in a specific place, like your business or your church, or in that moment of I'm offering this up because it's my best work. Your work, your breath, your actions can be sacred at all times. Always in that space of doing it in your best and highest good from your greatest truth, making your best offering and expecting, allowing yourself to receive the beautiful things that you need to continue that greatest and highest good. It is not necessarily taking it a step further, because if you've been on this journey with me, if you are like me, you have been expanding and always doing your best, working on always being the greatest and highest you that you can be, working on practicing, speaking from your truth at all times, which in my perception is attached to our spirituality, our beliefs, our however you call it, whether you are a scientist, an atheist, a pagan, a Christian. Our truths come from that belief, that connection that we have to our beliefs, to our knowledge, because it is more than just I believe this, it is I know this deep inside. So we have been practicing that, working at being the best all the time, every minute, every breath. Now, the need fire lets us know that we can take it a step further, that everything that we do in with the simple tools that we have can be sacred. We don't need the big rituals. We don't need the fancy ornaments. We don't need the vestments or the high heels or the special jewelry. We don't need the expensive computer. It would be nice. But we don't necessarily need those to create the best moment, the best truth of each moment, of each truth. Those things can make it easier, especially if we're used to it, but they are not necessary. We always have what we need to put our best forward, to make the moment sacred, every step, every breath. And for me, if you're like me, that kind of expands the joy. Because if you allow sacred to mean that moment of connection, whether it is with science or with business or with the spirit or with creativity, which, technically is all the same thing for me, it feels like, the lights shine, the angels sing, or however you perceive it. And it does feel like a special moment. A moment out of time, which I also define as sacred. So, with our simple tools, with our everyday life, with every step that we take, this week, let us practice making things sacred, not more ritualistic, not more ornate, not trying to infuse anything with more meaning or less than it has already, but allowing, as we allow the breath, receiving the awesomeness of each moment, of the situation, of whatever the question or decision. It is a practice, and I can certainly see some moments in my head that my actions could be, well, no, you know what, let's erase and correct. Every moment can be sacred and awesome. And it doesn't need big things. It just needs, in each moment, we have what we need. And therefore, in each moment, we can make it the best, most awesome moment it ever could be in that moment, which is sacred. So, all right. Moving on to Wunjo reversed. Wunjo is the rune of the clan. It's the rune of celebrations. It is the rune of the people that you wish to gather with, the people you would travel miles to go see or to celebrate with, the ones you call first, the ones you, think about at night, living or dead, the people of your heart. So Wunjo reversed would indicate that this week may not be a week to communicate those people. It may be a week where we're all a little out of touch. It could be that since we've got this things that we need, it could be that it is a good time to practice these simple moments with yourself and not necessarily with the congregation that you would practice with, whether it's a business or a church. It could also mean that if you were thinking of trying to put together a get-together this weekend, or trying to get a group or to celebrate something, this might not be the weekend for it. And now I am going to break into season. For this specific time and place, it is Memorial Day weekend coming up. It could be that the parties that you want to attend aren't going to happen. Or it could be that there is nothing really set up to go on, whether it's because of the weather or the timing, or there are so many other things, or it's been such a busy month. We've been working a lot with separate worlds, to bridge or not to bridge, that was the question. That maybe this is a good weekend to just relax. Maybe it's not. So it could be the question to ask yourself, what is your truth? Is your truth that you wish to go and create a party and call your clan together because nothing is currently in the works? Or are you happier just taking a breather this weekend? Especially since we'll be practicing not making do, but making what we have sacred, making what we have enough. So obviously I'm fixated on this one. Because going back to other versions, the need fire, it is the end of the storm. It is that path in the journey where you can see the shore, you can see the light, and it may feel like it's a time to celebrate. But some of our most sacred moments are the moments that we take for ourselves. That deep connection that we feel that can almost be shrouded by the party, by the celebration, by everybody trying to get our attention and congratulate us. So maybe that's why this would be a good weekend, or a good time, or a good situation to, after we have reached the shore, or as we walk toward the shore, as we make these final moments important and sacred and realize the awesomeness of each moment, of what we have left in our hands now that the storm is done, as we accept the worthiness of our tools or ourselves, our truth, all the work that we've done. This may be a time to take that moment and allow it to be just for us without this huge party. Because a lot of our work has been for our truths, our personal truths. And we're the only ones who really know what we have left, what is sacred for us, and what we have allowed to be released so that we had open hands to receive more. Alright, so, don't you love how my weekly readings get longer and longer? For this week, this situation, what's coming up next? And if you're watching these back to back, for the next moment, who knows? The upcoming situation, idea week. The end of the storm is coming. We have what we need. We do have what we need. It doesn't need to be fancy. It doesn't need to be adorned with jewels. It doesn't need to be the highest end or the lowest end. We have what we need. And we are worthy of the awesomeness of the moment. Every moment that we step foot, every choice that we make, everything that we do is sacred, because there will never, ever come a moment like that again, or a choice. So allow every moment, allow this situation, allow the approach of the end of the storm, allow what you have left in your hands, in yourself, to be sacred and awesome, to feel worthy and amazing. And allow yourself to celebrate, if this is the question, with yourself in your own sacred space. It doesn't need a big party. Now, again, these could be questions. Is this thing sacred? Is this something I really need? Can I make do with what I have? And, sorry, not make do, but can I be with what I have? And maybe I still have too much. Can I let it go? Do I want to have that moment alone, or do I want to have the party? Okay. Thank you very much. I hope you have a great week. And feel free to keep browsing, because the monthly reading will be coming up next. Okay. I hope you have a great day.